Thanks, Chair, and I'd like to thank my colleague Deputy Troy, and I welcome many of the cyclists in the gallery. And in the Dublin Cycling Campaign, they go through the key pillars of this: cycling for health, cycling for infrastructure, proper legislation, road enforcement. But what we didn't hear from the Minister was a plan, a timeline, an actual hope that this will happen. It was all the same kind of projected goals, projected resources. And we know that Dublin as a capital isn't a safe place to cycle. 90,000 cyclists run the gauntlet of trying to navigate the city every day, putting their lives in the hands of other road users and hoping for the best. And drastic action is needed. And I look back on a debate in 2017 and I read about traffic congestion, issues with cycling, and nothing has changed from that period. And unfortunately, it's important we do become political about this. The Minister is accountable for transport policy in this country, and just so everyone listening at home or watching in the gallery knows that the Minister Ross has spent more time talking about judges in this chamber or outside of this chamber as he had about transport policy or cycling policy, and that's for him to be accountable on. So we can hear all about the projections, but it's clear the Judicial Appointments Bill is a bigger priority for him personally than delivering a safer cycle network for people and Dublin and beyond, and he needs to be made accountable for that. 59 cyclists have been killed on Irish roads over the last 5 years, and 9 cyclists have died this year, and even more have been injured. And these are damning statistics. The absence of segregated cycling lanes means the most vulnerable road users are going bumper to wheel, vying for space with the largest vehicles on our streets. And I know my grandmother lives outside Newport in County Mayo, and the Westport to Achill Greenway is something where it's shown proper segregation encourages people to cycle. And whilst you can't have maybe a similar space in terms of Greenway, we need to have proper planned segregation in our city. What we have in our local authorities is literally painting of lines in some instances where they can tick a box to say that they have cycleways when they don't. We have examples of the again of cycle tourism being undermined, and we've Minister Ross again delaying the 1.5 metre legislation that's continually being pushed back. In my own constituency in Dublin West, we've seen the Royal Canal Greenway again being delayed and not being delivered in terms of the capital allocations. And for taking the Phoenix Park as an example, we have thousands of cyclists who use it on a daily basis, but the cycle lane that's allocated for them, they're competing continuously with pedestrians who are using it. So there isn't a proper OPW policy to encourage cycling. And whilst Bus Connects offers proper segregation in time, what we don't have is local authorities planning for cycle lanes into the planned segregation that will occur. So that's another fundamental issue that isn't being allocated for in terms of the capital allocations, and only 8 million this year versus 19 million in 2015. Again, I'm on the Climate Action Committee, and this provides a massive climate change goal that we need to fulfil, and it's clear what we need from Minister Ross is less words about judges, more actions for cyclists, and a better transport policy for this city that we're not seeing. Thank you.
Deputy.